Lots of flooding over the course of the middle of the country, the plains. This is out of Oklahoma over the course of the last few weeks. Severe river flooding. We've seen that in Arkansas. We've seen that in other areas more localized, and that's now having some very dire effects in landscaping, in agriculture, and in other fields and lifestyles. We should have a general amount of this amount corn planted and starting to emerge by this time of year. 2019 levels, not acceptable. That's just not good. It's really going to not be good as we go throughout the next few months or so. We're going to get a few breaks here and there from the rain, but still a relatively wet pattern as multiple waves come out of the Tennessee Valley, moving into the Midwest, and then sliding eastward with a low pressure system. So Ohio, portions of Kentucky in towards Virginia, and then moving off towards the east. It's going to be some widespread rain for the I-95 corridor up into Burlington, Vermont, down across Richmond and Boston, New York, and then a little bit more activity starting to bubble up across the plains, Texas, Oklahoma, and some severe weather possible, even some tropical components to this moving in towards Louisiana, and we'll be pushing across Texas Arklatex as well. Lots of rain, unfortunately, as we take you through the next week in spots, especially across areas that do not need it at all. The Mississippi River Valley in towards Oklahoma, back into Arkansas. As we zoom in, whoa, spots on the models being indicated to 4, 5, 6, 7 inches of rain. Definitely not good, but a very widespread inch or so across a very large area over the course of the next week. Again, this is on ground that really doesn't need much more rain. So maybe a ½ inch would be good, maybe a little less than that, but unfortunately not the case. As we go towards the end of the week, into the weekend, more heavy moisture beginning to lift on out. And it's going to be a wet one from the Gulf Coast up into the plains and into the portions of the Midwest. We'll see if this moves eastward or not, but you might get a little break across the Ohio Valley and then spreading into the east until we go towards the later weekend in towards next week as well. Then things could spread in, at least scattered at times, before by about Monday night into Tuesday, things are going to get a little more wet for Detroit, Grand Rapids, up in towards Buffalo, New York. So definitely staying on the wetter side of things. Unfortunately not breaking out of that, but with some troughs of low pressure, some more cloud cover, we'll tap into some more Canadian cooler air over the course of the next 2 weeks. Now it's June, and with the sun angle, it's certainly not going to feel very cold, but chillier than normal and certainly a lot colder than what we were last June across much of the nation's midsection into the Midwest and portions of the northern plains as well. It will be on the warm side across the west. Thanks for watching, and check us out again next week.